What's up guys, this is the first part of an ongoing series where we are making a sci-fi police station inside SketchUp. So let's get into it. So before starting the series, I want to tell you that the first step of making a detailed 3D model is to make a block out of the area in order to get an idea of how things would look like. So to make a model like this, we start by making this. By the end of this video, our block out would look something like this. So I started off by opening SketchUp and dragging in the basic hand-drawn plans. These were some really primitive plans of the ground floor and the basement, but is kinda enough to give you an idea of how to start. Here we go. I started from the basement by drawing basic shapes over the outlines of the plan, slowly modifying and increasing complexities and details. Every great model made from scratch was initially the most basic shape you could ever imagine. I started by making stairs because I thought that was the most symmetric thing to start with. Eventually I got an idea to make the sides of the stair from a reference image I found online. By this time I thought that I should probably save. Here I was using a tool called Mesh Analyzer from a plugin called the Quad Face Tools. It is used to identify quads, tris, n-gons, etc. by colors. You might think that why should we care about a shape being a quad or a tri? No, that plays an important role when you are modeling it for a game engine. I'm not getting into the details right now, might make another video on that topic. I might use this plugin a lot in the later sections of the series. Getting some more reference images for the door. After the stairs, I came to model the door, taking reference from another awesome image I found on Pinterest. The door opening took me a few tries to understand that the opening would be better made from joining the two circles rather than stretching one. By this time I found out that the corridor was maybe too small for the player, so I tried scaling it. Also, I didn't like this boxy shape of the corridor cause it didn't even look like a sci-fi corridor, so I changed it. Now here I was using another tool called offset tool from another plugin called tools on surface. These colors were looking ugly to me now, so I turned off the analyzer and painted everything default. Now again I'm using another plugin called Joint Push Pull from Fredo Tools. Basically it is used to extrude a curved surface. Erasing useless geometries is always a good way to clean up your model. So try to find out and erase every stray geometry in your model. See here how symmetry plays an important role. By this moment, the basic blockout structure of the corridor was almost ready. Now making this turned corridor section was where I messed up a little bit because the follow me tool didn't cooperate it. I knew this would happen, so I thought I would come to it later, and for the time being I manually fixed the sharp turn. Fixing the space between the curves is always a bit time consuming, so I will fast forward this part. The turn looks fine for now. I will come back to it later. smoothing edges where they shouldn't be is a good practice and is helpful for both texturing and modeling purposes. Now that we were done with the block out of the corridor part, I thought why not take advantage of the symmetry. Next, I started working on the section which joins all the 3 corridors. Next, I got an idea of making a door frame and using it at the corridor junctions. So I just made it a group, flipped it and grouped both the groups together. Now I can use this door frame at every corridor junction. Make sure all the grey faces are pointing outside so that the player won't be facing it. it was time to fix the mess I made on the turning section of the corridor. I thought of a better way to make it, so I dragged that section out of the way and started working on it. The mistake that I did was not leaving any spaces between the stairs and the turning section, and now this time the turn was a bit better. Fixing the space between the curves is always a bit time consuming, so I will fast forward this part. Smoothing unnecessary geometry makes your model look clean. Making repeating geometry a group or a component is also a really common and useful practice. And then, of course, reflecting the changes over to the other side. Then I started dropping in more reference images that I got from Pinterest because the corridor was looking kinda empty to me. Then suddenly an idea popped into my mind to make some kind of border lights in the corridor section. So here I am using another tool called Arc tool from Tools on Surface. So I extruded it using joint push-pull tool, now erasing useless geometries. dividing that one long single window into two and making sure that it is equally spaced from both ends, hence preserving symmetry. Here I am using joint push-pull again. Again I am using offset tools from Tools on Surface. Now reflecting the changes to the other side. So finally for this video the blockout is done, and now I animated the camera in Enscape and rendered the video as shown in the beginning of this part. Now don't think that this model is done. We only made 1% of what the model would actually look like. The blockout was only the first step, and after that we have a lot of steps remaining, like adding details, optimizing, texturing, baking and a lot of enhancements. Always remember that the final product is always a bit different from what you actually thought it would look like. It was really a long process of turning hours and hours long workflow footages into a 20-minute video, searching for reference images, writing scripts for the video, recording yourself, and after that, of course, editing it. I'm really working hard for these videos, so please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more awesome content. Thanks for watching the video. I will see you in the next part. Till then, bye bye.